So if you're wanting to become an entrepreneur, I think there's one key thing that you have to ask yourself, and it's, are you passionate about it?
I think a lot of people that want to be entrepreneurs talk themselves out of doing what they want to do. But a true entrepreneur doesn't think like that. A true entrepreneur thinks, yes, I am capable of doing that.
Young people to me they have the most potential in my mind to be successful entrepreneurs.
I probably got into entrepreneurship when I was very young. When I was 10, 11 years old, I was always trying to find out what business I wanted to run that summer. Did I want to try to make clothing with a logo on it, stuff like that. So very young, I just always had an ambition for trying to create something new. I was really into action sports when I was younger, BMX racing, motocross, and then I realized that I really liked doing the film production side of that and filming my friends. And I realized I was good at that, and that I could kind of figure out a way to make that a career path for myself. And rather than going and working for someone like ESPN or Speed Channel, I really wanted to create my own art, which was when I realized I wanted to work for myself eventually one day doing that type of work. I really liked working for myself and kind of paving my own path and creating my own legacy and finding something that I thought I could improve that industry. At the first time I thought it was film. I thought I could do something to improve the film production industry, and then I realized I was really good at marketing and advertising, and I could take film production and then improve the industry with film production and social media and all the other types of marketing and advertising avenues, and that's what really got me interested in that. So I started my first business when I was still a senior at West Virginia University, and really the steps, I had a small investment and money just renting or buying equipment, film equipment, things like that. But really it was just stuff that I had learned through high school experiences, college, education and things like that, and then a lot of support from my family. Other than that, it was just a lot of hard work and hustle and time. Even to this day, I get up very early and go to work, and I may be there until midnight, 1 o'clock in the evening, so it's just a lot. It's a time commitment. It's probably the biggest investment. There's a few people that are professionals in the industry that we work in that do a lot of public speaking and have methods that I study and agree heavily on what they're saying. One of the guys' name is Gary Vaynerchuk. He's from New York City, and he's just a serial entrepreneur that's had a lot of success. And just seeing people like that, it kind of gives me inspiration. But really, the inspiration just comes from wanting to work for myself and try to create my own thing. I was born and raised in West Virginia. I originally was from Doddridge County, and then I transplanted to Bridgeport for my middle school and high school careers. So I really just love the area, and I did a lot of cycling and things like that in Morgantown when I was in high school. So I really loved that part of the state, and I went to school at WVU and realized that we're really close to New York City, Baltimore, Washington D.C., and Pittsburgh, but we live in West Virginia, which helps the cost of living and owning a business is much lower in this area, but we're still very close to all those avenues. So rather than moving to a big city, it kept my overhead low. It allowed us to invest our money elsewhere and still stay in the state that I love. So we're unique. Since we are an advertising company, you would think that we do a lot of traditional type of advertising, your billboards and radio and TV, when really we take a different type of approach. We try to make the public known on what we do by sharing our knowledge, having events, and teaching the public how you can use social media to promote your business. Using social media a lot to talk and just give value to different people, to where all these people are kind of seeing how they can use our knowledge to promote their business. It's kind of turned into an avenue of marketing and advertising for us, more referral based when they hear about us on social media or coming to our business, or coming to our events rather. You have to treat every customer in every situation with the utmost respect and make sure that they are completely happy, and you're very professional in everything you do, because it's your reputation on the line, especially when it's your company. If your company gets a bad name, that's the biggest risk you can have, because you can't take that back. If somebody says something bad about you on the internet, to a certain extent, it's hard to backtrack and cover that up. So really it's just maintaining a good reputation and being very professional at all times. The biggest obstacle we've had was when I first started. Like I said, I was still a student. I was taking a lot of classes, 25 hours, which was more than I'd normally taken. So that was my first obstacle, was trying to run a full-time business and make a living off of that and make money, but at the same time still keep my grades up and devote enough time to school. The second obstacle that we had was we grew very quickly, so we've moved 3 times, and we're in a spot now that we're going to stay in 3 years. But when you're in the middle of a lot of projects and you move locations and have to move all your employees and all of your equipment 2-3 times, that's very hard to stay on track with everything. But we overcame it, and right now there's really nothing major. Our biggest success is my film production company. We started that 2 years ago, but our marketing company is only a year old. And we've taken on really big clients already, which is kind of unheard of for somebody that's in their first year of business. Our clients that work in the oil and gas industry are massive. Some of them have 350 to 500 employees, depending. So for us to take on clients of that size, and I'm still relatively young, I'm turning 25 next week, so that's kind of unheard of. Our competitors are all much older, 45, 55 years old, and it took them many years to get the amount of clients that we've already brought on. So that's probably our biggest success. So what we want to do is we really want to grow, but not grow too large. It's very easy to grow. It's very hard to scale back when you realize you've grown too quickly. So we want to try to grow to anywhere between 5 to 7 employees, and keep it there to where we are a small shop. We want to stay to where you feel like you can create a relationship with us. You're not just another number. And then just continue to grow to be known as the people that really see what's next for the marketing and advertising industry and what's going on with digital, because there's a lot of old school marketing that people still are stuck in those ways. So we want to be known as the people that understand how to market as if it's today rather than 5 to 7 years ago. Best advice I could give to somebody that wants to go into entrepreneurship is find something you love and play on that. With the world that we live in today, with the internet and social media and everything digital, there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur. And I actually speak to a lot of high schools about this. 10, 15 years ago, it would take a lot of money to do something like, if you wanted to have a talk show about fashion or something like that, it would take a lot of money. Today, you just need a YouTube account and a small investment on a camera or something like that, and you can really follow your passion. So rather than going and getting an education in something that you think is just going to make you money, get an education in something you think that I really love this, and then if you're interested in entrepreneurship, you can do it for yourself and really try to change the game and make something that you love, make that industry better.